All right, it's time for Join News Interactive, and Aisha has joined me. Good evening to you, Aisha.
Good evening, Israel. I'm
Yeah.
so looking forward to hearing your name in the nominees.
Appointment?
Yeah, 25 out already, and your name is still not in.
Well,
Well,
yeah,
I'm
I'm not.
hoping your name will be in the third batch because somebody whispered to me. So
Seriously?
I'll be waiting. I'll be
As,
standing
as
by
what? As what?
to accompany
To
you.
which ministry?
I'll be holding your bag.
Is it you rather who's...
Israel, Israel. What you are doing, it is good. Now, you know how to join the conversation. Facebook.com/Joy News on TV, and on Twitter is on Joy News on TV. And we start with former President John Mahama, who has withdrawn his request to keep his cantonment residence as a retirement package. This follows the controversy that sparked over his request, even though President Mahama stated in the letter of withdrawal that his decision is to, among other things, maintain a good relationship between himself and the president and also clear some misrepresentations. A cross-section of the public feel the president only withdrew because of the public outcry and not for genuine reasons. Question, what do you make of the ex-president's withdrawal?
Well, I don't think it's as a result of guilt. He issued a letter to the sitting president expressing his interest to withdraw. And alluding to the letter, you would realize he said he was withdrawing because certain elements in the government had given the public domain the wrong impression in regards to his interest to retain those two properties, government properties, that is the residence and in the office. So it was on that grounds he was withdrawing, because he felt it went through a due process before approval.
I don't think it's from his heart. I personally think because of the perception of the public and what the public are saying, and also it's not individual's house. It's a government property. It belongs to everybody. Some come, some go, some. I remember Alhaji Mahama, former vice president, was there before he left. And then he came. And then when he became president, he's supposed to hand over to Pakwesi Misata, and he did not. Then later, when he became a president, he occupied the place himself, which is against the law, you understand. And now, how do you call it? He's no more a president, so he's supposed to leave it for the next. He's not supposed to occupy it. So I think it's not from his heart.
I think it's not because of any guilt. I think it's because of the public. If there's anything for him to say that he doesn't want the house anymore. And also, President Kufuor also demanded some things before going out of office. So if he says that he wants the house from himself, I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
I don't think it's either. I think maybe when he likes it, he gets it. But maybe because of the way people are talking about it, they feel like withdrawing this request.
And those were some comments from the streets. Let's see what you've been saying on Facebook. Israel, help us.
Raheem says it was a very big mistake to have shown interest in the first place. And now that he realized his mistake, I think President Akufo-Addo should give it to him as a sign of respect, since he's you say it's formal. I'm sure you mean former president. For nada anyway. Kwesi Boateng says that request in the first place was needless. If the average teacher can save and build towards his retirement, then he withdrawing the request seals everything. We should discuss we should discuss how we're going to move the country forward. Nana Kwabna says, well, you should note the quietness of Ghanaians, which disturbed the advent of a situation he, the ex-president, caused. Anyways, good he withdrew the request. Hope we don't have an experience of housing festival scene in the past. Wuabafo says the president has no other option. How can he be so cruel to a citizenry like that? After all the looting and sharing, he still wants more, like Oliver Twist. I can't think far. Sule Mohammed says withdrawal for what? After soiling himself with disgrace. Haba, what sort of greed is this? After so much looting and the various free gifts of V8s to your close allies, not mentioning Ikuya, you still want a house. I must call you Mahama Gifty. Oh.
What kind of name is this?
Yeah.
And Senior Kojo Sapon Jr. says it's worth it. I think he shouldn't have requested it in the first place. He should have heeded to the recommendations of the Emoluments Committee. It's that simple. He could have saved himself these vilifications and all that. Moses Paddy Moore says the NPP think they're wise, but John Mahama has tricked them, and that's why I love being NDC. God bless. I'm sure God bless NDC. 2021 campaign started. And Musa Mubarak says, I think it was a plan to deface the new administration and on the other hand, attract some credit to himself, as many may ignorantly say he has he has forfeited what was due him. My sister, it's for the state and not any former president. Bam. And Justice Trumesi Amwatsing says, I felt so sorry for him to hear Mr. Mahama requesting for a state property to be his own when his administration lambasted the Eswal Kufuor administration of looting state properties. And here you are, having been judged by posterity. But his is... Okay, that's quite a long one. His is so disgusting. Rahim Godwin says, well, it is good he withdrew the request because it is embarrassing. I think President Akufo-Addo should grant him the house. Anyway, Ntachi One says, Mahama has fetched you guys money. His new sales for lazy... Oh, I'm not sure that's what the case is. Also, President Akufo-Addo has named a second batch of ministerial nominees, numbering 12. This brings the total number of minister designees to 25. Now, one area of concern to some, however, is the number of women named so far. Out of 25, there are 5 women. Eslo Wusu, Ayoko Boche, Gloria Kufu, Alima Mahama, and the last one is Israel.
Otiko Jaba.
Otiko Jaba. So what does this mean to you? Is this a good representation of the female population?
I don't think it's about underrepresentation, because if a woman puts herself out there and she qualifies for it, I'm sure that people will see the good in her and vote for her. But the question is, how many women did even stand out to be elected or have proven worth any appointments? If nobody has stood up, then there's no slot for us. So it's not about, I don't think it's the government's fault. If we as women push ourselves up, our works will prove us. So I think it's fair.
I don't know the number of women represented so far, but I think we should forget the issue of whether the person is a woman or a man, and then focus on whether they can deliver. Because where the country is going now, it's not about a man or a woman issue. It's about who can deliver. Because if I need money in my pocket, I don't care who is bringing me the money. Once it is on a good cause, why not? I like it. So let's forget about the issue of whether the person is from here, he's an Ewe, he's an Ashanti. If the person can deliver, to me personally, I think we should focus on their ability, what they can do, and then stop paying attention to those gender issues, because it is not necessary for now.
He's the president, and he knows the people he'll be comfortable with. And I personally believe that women are strong. According to the Bible, women are stronger than men. You understand? And women have a kind of compassion because they are mothers. So I believe even with the women that President Akufo-Addo chose will work more than men. I believe that God does not need many people to work with. He needs only few who believe in him. So I believe that with these women, we can go far.
Oh, really? I don't really put much thought to the representation of whether there are a lot of men or women. I think it's about competence and who he deems are the right people for the job. So if it's 10 women that he thinks he has identified that can do the job, then fair enough. But if it's just going to be based on a gender balance argument, I think we need to look at Ghana, the interests of Ghana. So what will work for Ghana, and that's what we should move ahead with.
It's really good. For me, I think they could add more people, more female, to be in parliament, because in a way it's going to help to make a very good decision for women. And it's going to motivate a lot of women to also take up positions in parliament. So I think it will be very good if more women are added.
All right, interesting comments and well made. Let's see what you've been saying on Facebook, Israel.
Kwesi Boateng Ayepa says, for me, my position on this ministerial appointment is not about gender balance or regional balance. It's all about appointing the competent manpower to rescue the economy and get Ghana working again. What do we gain if there's a gender balance, but the team can't deliver? Rafiq Adam says, well, it is quite good, but we're expecting more from the deputy ministerial position. But he should not place charming women to mingle with their sugar daddies to misbehave in their sector. Nambe Patrick says, Akufo-Addo should appoint ministers of state who have vast knowledge and experience related to their field of work. And Prince Nuruddin says, congratulations to all the competent ministers designate. Kofi Sam says, my question is, where is Nana Kumia? His gestures and postures made me fall in love with MPP. I expected him at the communications ministry, but I yes something which is the Bribi Woho. Okay.
But the names are still coming. We're expecting another batch, so probably he'll be in the next batch. All right, so those were some of your comments. Have we read all the comments?
There's one too from Kofi Sam again. Says improvement so far, good for the nation and for the future of females in Ghana. Bambakia Samet says it's not bad, but they can do better than that. We're still expecting him to appoint more females into his government. Sule Muhammad says, I think as far as gender is highly unbalanced, but maybe the president thinks those personalities are the best at his disposal so far. So I think it is a good move. Kukudria says, I think he is on course to delivering on his promise to allot 30% of his appointments to women. One of the appointments made so far, out of the appointments made so far, 20% are women, and it's a good sign.
But what I'm interested in is the advice one of them gave that he shouldn't put charming women there. What does he mean by that? For instance, if Ghana's minister is going for a conference outside, it should look good. I mean, if you don't want charming women, what do you want?
No, he doesn't want charming women to be mixed with sugar daddies. I don't know who are the sugar daddies anymore.
Please come again. And finally, the MP for Asin South, Reverend John Intim Fojo, says that he's confident in President Akufo-Addo and Speaker of Parliament Michael Quay because they are God-fearing people. He says Christians must manifest tenets of Christianity in a seemingly volatile Ghanaian political environment. This, he says, will curb corruption and also heal the perception of black magic associated with politics. My question, what do you think? Does religion have a place in politics?
Religion has a place in everything. Whatever you want to do, you can't do it without Allah, God, or the small God you worship. I believe that in the parliament we have people representing any of the religions, whether Christian, traditional, or Muslim. So to me, whether the person is a pastor, he's a Muslim, he's a Buddhist, or whatever, he believes in that thing that he's following. If he can deliver, why not? I don't think it is necessary that we have to come and set up a Christian or a church at the parliament.
Yeah, I do believe so. It has a lot of destiny in it. When it comes to religion, being a Christian or a Muslim, it's based on you have some values that you go by. Every religion has a kind of lifestyle. I'm a Christian, and being a Christian is not just going to church. Being a Christian is a lifestyle. You have values, you have rules, you have regulations. So there is no way a true Christian can be a leader and go against his background, what he is made of. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So it really has a part in leadership.
I think religion does, because being a leader, especially in politics, means that you need to have a sort of higher mind above people you are leading, over. So, and you can't really do it with just your intellect. Sometimes you need a higher force that can help you control things. And if you're a religious person, I'm sure that will be your ultimate source. So religion is key.
I would say
religion wouldn't really influence politics in Ghana because everybody was born in your essence. I don't need to tell you that it's bad to steal your neighbors, even if you were, let's say, for example, if the Bible wasn't in existence. Everybody, I won't say our forefathers that were there back then. I don't think they didn't know that it was wrong to take a neighbor's property. Do you understand what I mean? So to right and wrong is already in our essence. So the difference between knowing right and wrong usually helps in the governance of a country, because people sometimes know what is wrong and yet they still continue to do wrong even though they believe in God.
That's a huge question. Of course, this religion has a place. I'm looking at things this way, that if there's issues with our economy and we need the technical guys to fix it, and you ask us to go and do fasting and prayers, is that what we need? I mean, that's how I'm looking at this.
Well, I'm not sure about fasting and prayers when we have issues to do with. And the people, we have the brains to do it. So let's just do it.
Let's get it done.
Yeah.
And then religion can come in.
Okay.
All right. So let's see what
Obed Kobe is taking us on. He says, join news, please check your grammar well. He says, okay, we'll check it out. Kofi Sam says, I agree with him perfectly, because ordinarily that's what it's supposed to be. After all, the scripture has said that he who is great among you, let him be your servant. It's time we filter our political conduct so it will make it attractive to dedicated and committed Christians and Muslims. Sule Muhammad says, absolutely no is Wayome. Absolutely no, or absolutely not.
Absolutely.
Is Wayome not a Christian? Wayome. What about John Mahama? Is he a Buddhist? I beg. Answer me, Sister Aisha. You have to answer this one. Maxwell Oheneba says, yes, religion also matters because it will guide the leader to rule well and also receive blessing from God. We've been taking on again. Okay, Evangelist says, God be with you and he will surely show you the way. Nana, God be with you and his Holy Spirit. He will put your enemies under your feet and you will walk on them. Amen. Kwame Cape Coast. And Enoch says, Fantis who gave NPP over 4 seats are being forgotten in the material nominations so far.
Anyway, Al-Hassan Habib says, religion actually play a major role in politics. If you are a God-fearing person, you will deal with corruption because it's not in the scriptures. Papa Kofi Entry says yes. And Bagoni Robert says, good one there. Leno Deco says, when it is coming, it is doing. Those are some of your comments. We're in the interactive segment. My name is Aisha Ibrahim. Have a good evening.